Well, the Nebraska football team back to work here as they get ready for Saturday's game at Wisconsin. And it's not been a normal week around the Nebraska football program. Everybody knows that, with 4 interim coaches stepping into these full-time roles. And Erik Chinander just talked about the preparations and the challenges maybe the team faces as they go through this week.
Yeah, like I told you before, I don't think some of these are obviously internal issues, and the external issues that have happened in the past, I don't think our guys let it affect them. I talked to the defensive guys last week. They're fired up to play this game. They're getting ready to go. We got some different guys probably seeing some action this week, so those guys are excited to play, and the other guys are excited for them. But these guys are ready to play a football game, and they're excited for this one.
And when you look at this Badger offense, Chinander and linebackers coach Barrett Ruud know they have their work cut out for them this week.
Well, I think that, as long as I can remember, they've been really good at running the football. They have an identity, and they know what they're going to do. They have some really interesting gap schemes. They're really good at blocking those. And the other thing is, I think their running backs and this young guy, Braylon Allen, he's coming into his own a little bit, and he's done a really nice job as the year progresses of being able to read what they want him to read, put his foot in the ground, and go get what he can. And then it's just body blow, and then they throw a knockout punch and break a big one on you. So I think that they're patient in the run game. They know that they're fired up to get a 4-yard gain, and pretty soon those 4-yard gains after enough body blows turn into 8-yard gains. So I think they're patient with the run game. Their offensive line's physical, their running back's physical, and they do a good job with different looks.
Yeah, he's a 17-year-old kid. Number one, it's pretty impressive. A guy who should be in high school right now is really playing well. He's playing his best football right now. Big, strong back. Honestly, he's kind of in the tradition of Wisconsin backs. He's probably a little bit bigger than Jonathan Taylor was, maybe not quite as explosive as he was, but really tough, really physical, runs behind his pads. Really a good player who's playing his best football right now.
And the defense continues to be a strength for this football team as they played one of their better games all year against Ohio State.
I think they're pretty dang locked in all honesty. I think, like I said, I think they know what's at stake. These are both teams in our side of the division that, that we got a lot of respect for. At the same time, they're huge games for us. And those guys are always highlighting these games to start the year. You're always ready to play Wisconsin. You're always ready to play Iowa. So it's a great way to refocus yourself after a little bit of change, playing 2 teams like this to finish the year off.
One guy that will step into a bigger role this week is freshman Isaac Gifford, who will fill the role of JoJo Domann, who is now out for the season after having hand surgery a week ago.
It's huge. I look forward to it. I watched these games since I was a little kid. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to take it on.
Those guys, that position's been meeting with me this year. I thought Isaac has done a really nice job all year. He hasn't just got a lot of chances because JoJo's playing some really good football, but Isaac's ready to play. And some of the packages will be a little bbit different as we roll out into the week, just versus different personnel groupings. But I don't think you'll see a vast departure from what we have been doing. Obviously, JoJo, you can do a lot of different things with him, a lot of different calls. Some of those calls will be, tapered down a little bit, but it won't be a far departure from what we have going. And I think Isaac's going to do a really good job.
It's going to be physical. It's Wisconsin, it's Iowa, and they're going to try and run it down your throat, and we're not going to allow that. Can't. We got to be physical up front, and we got to do whatever we can to stop the run.
I think he came here really understanding how to work. I think a lot of that's, a tribute to, his family. Obviously his brother played here. His brother's still a really good player for the Cowboys. So he understood how to work, and he approaches it really, really well every day. He doesn't have those up and down moments that a lot of young guys do. He's really consistent, and that's the mark of a guy who gets it, is they're really consistent.
A lot of kids want to be in my shoes, so I got to take the opportunity and run with it.
And finally, we did talk to one offensive player as well here on Tuesday, as wide receiver Samori Toure just talked about what they're going to see this week against this very talented Wisconsin defense.
Yeah, the DBs definitely like to get handsy. They have a really good defense all around. They have a good DB core, and that just requires more from us. As far as their physicality, we have to, use our hands and match their physicality, and I think that's something that we can do.
And even though Toure has only been around Nebraska for really a few months, he still has been able to shed some light and help these younger guys through what's been a difficult transition, seeing 4 offensive coaches leave the program here over the last week.
Yeah, it's definitely a reality check for a lot of the young guys. When they get recruited by a certain coaching staff, they probably expect them to be there, the whole time. But, as we know, like you said, it's a business. So just letting them know that, the coaches might be the reason they're here, but they're here now, and it's on them to, keep progressing and keep going and stay with it. So I think it's good for this to happen, early in their careers. Now they can, kind of get a feel for it and realize that, it's a business.
Reporting here with the Nebraska Football Team in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.